Good morning and welcome to the Camnet Breakfast Show, our dear viewers. Thursday, we talk about governance and policy as well as politics. Your usual host, Patrick Soko. And without wasting much of your time, we'll go straight into our first segment, which is the Health Corner.
For immediate coverage of any breaking or latest news in Zambia and around the world on Camnet television, call the numbers on your screen. Camnet television.
A blessed morning to you all. I'm Dr. Mutinta Muyuni, gynecologist from the Medical Women Association of Zambia. And I'm here to talk to you today about the menstrual cycle. Now, this is a very important subject, an often shunned topic, shrouded in secrecy and quiet, sometimes shame. But we should embrace our beauty as women. We should embrace our childhood, our womanhood, and our senior years. So we're going to spend this week discussing this shrouded secret and unwrap it. We're going to talk about the menstrual cycle. What is it exactly? Every girl baby is born with ovaries and a uterus. Of course, there are different extremes. Some people have female exterior but may not have the uterus. But today we want to talk about what is the majority of the situation and not the exception. When you are born as a young girl, you have ovaries that have multiple eggs, and they continue developing until you reach a stage of menarche, a special term that marks the beginning of the menstrual cycle. At menarche, a woman starts her monthly bleeding, or it is characterized prior to this by ovulation, release of our first eggs, and then if a pregnancy does not occur, which implants in the uterus, the lining which has thickened in preparation for receiving this pregnancy then is shed off, cleans itself up in readiness for another possible pregnancy. Of course, I warn you that at this stage as young women, we want ourselves to prepare for the event of pregnancy. So we have to be aware that once our fertility cycles have begun, pregnancy can occur at any stage, whether you have a monthly period or your period comes every other 3 months or so. Regardless, once the periods have begun, a woman can conceive at any one point. But a menstrual cycle characterizes the fact that this particular month I have ovulated and I have not fallen pregnant, and my body cleanses itself. For a few days I will be bleeding to different degrees, and this will come to a stop, and then my body again will start preparing to release the next lot of eggs. Now, in our culture as Zambians, in this period of time, we are taught hygiene in our homes, how to look after ourselves. We are taught to avoid the menfolk, perhaps because of this risk of pregnancy. Many times, the women or the young girls tend to be shy about what has happened to them. But you know what? It happens to all of us women. And we should embrace this fact. We shouldn't run away from it. And I think one of the challenges we have, even with our girl children, discussing our sexuality or our womanhood, is because this index landmark in our cycles, in our lives, is regarded with shame. But I'm here to tell you that there's no shame about it. And whether I'm a woman with menstrual cycles or not, I can perform as well as any man out there in the banking sector, in the agricultural sector, in the medical sector. But I must be aware of what my womanhood is about, what it means, as I have explained, ovulation, no pregnancy, cleansing or washing out of the lining, in readiness for the next menstrual cycle. So, until we can understand this and appreciate this, some of these cycles are characterized by moodiness, breast tenderness or pain, very much cramping, but it's manageable. And this is something that we'll continue to talk about tomorrow. I'm Dr. Mutinta Muyuni, gynecologist, member of Medical Women's Association, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.
There you have it, our dear viewers. That was our first segment. We're at the health corner with the medical, medical what?
Women. What's up with you, buddy?
Medical what?
Good morning. The Medical Women Association of Zambia.
Of Zambia, exactly.
Elida is one who helped me master it. Or I also got confused, like in the initial stages when they joined us. I was making a lot of mistakes until he told me, no, I use MWAS. Remember, Medical Women Association of Zambia. So, yeah, that's registered in my mind. When I want to mention them, I just go straight to that and I start mentioning them one by one.
Exactly.
Yes. A very good morning to you, our viewers. Welcome to it. Indeed, this is the Thursday edition of the Breakfast Show. Like Patrick had mentioned, we are with you up until the hour of 9, and we surely hope that this show really and the segments to come will be as interactive as always. Remember, this is your platform and we want to hear from you. Therefore, you can start putting your phones ready, loading some airtime there, start chatting with us on social media, that is YouTube and Facebook, and we'll get to read some of those text messages. Remember, you can also tell us or highlight some of the issues that are happening in your various localities. You may be shocked, a Camnet TV card will be there to get your stories heard to the people that need to hear your stories. For now, let's look at how the party is faring against the major convertibles so that we know where to go to change those dollars. The United States dollar is buying at 15 quarter 79 and selling at 15 quarter 10, that's 10. And the Great British Pound is buying at 17 quarter 79 weight and selling at 18 quarter 14 weight. The euro is at 15 quarter 46 in weight, while the is selling at 15 quarter 77 weight, and the South African rand is at 0.87 weight and selling at 0.88 weight. It is indeed the 20th day of the month of October, and we're closing the year, Patrick.
Yeah, indeed, we are closing the year. But again, the kwacha is seemingly losing grip as we go towards closing the year. I'm seeing it. Yesterday we were talking about should be selling at is it a 15 kwacha, 16 kwacha 05. But now it's on 10. 10. You see,
it's growing.
So it's growing. It's growing.
It's growing, meaning it's losing grip.
Exactly. So.
But you know, there's actually a very serious confusion, eh? Like when it's growing, the meaning is losing grip.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, like yesterday, Patrick, just before we move away from the issue to do with money, we did a story with Chibamba Kadima where he projected that the Zambian kwacha will continue averaging between 15 kwacha to $1 United States dollars this whole year up until 2023. You know, he said, you know, people, we've heard you and I, Patrick, people saying it has kept at 10. You know, dollar should be at 10, should be at 10. But then, according to Chibamba Kadima, he says that is unrealistic thinking and it's not very good for the growth of the economy. You know, it needs to be stable, and he projects it to be at 15 kwacha per 1 United States dollar, at least up until we reach 2023. So that for the next 2 months, according to him, if indeed he was being prophetic or a real prophet,
but again, we are seeing it going towards 16. It may go as far as 17.
It may go, and that's why I'm saying if he was indeed being a true financial prophet, then it will stick around 15. But if he was a prophet, financial prophet of doom, it will go beyond 16. But anyways, that's how the quarter is faring this morning. Remember that the exchange rates vary from one financial institution to another, but of course they differ within a very, very minimal range. You know, it should just be one way here and there, two way and stuff. But
interesting, Madam Karimbola. They are talking about the kwacha and everything, money. But okay, let's try to zoom in one of the stories, Sharon, that was trending in yesterday's main news. That's a story where we saw scores of youths turning up at the Zambia Correctional Service Regional Command Office to apply for advertised jobs, vacancies for warders and wardresses. So we get to listen to this story where people now are eager to take any opportunity they can seize, especially pertaining to accessing employment. So let's zoom in this story. We'll be back on the other side.
All roads are leading to the Zambia Correctional Service Regional Command Office housed at Central Statistical Office building. Youths armed with brown envelopes containing application letters for job vacancies for the position of warders and wardresses to serve in Zambian prisons besieged the premises in the hope of being recruited. The inside building ground had a snaking queue of youths eagerly waiting to submit their application in person as one of their requirements. The huge turnout of youths has exposed the youth unemployment levels in the country. In random interviews, most of the youths spoken to indicated that they had completed their senior secondary education some years ago and had been doing all manner of odd jobs. They are optimistic that they will be successful and get jobs in the correctional service.
I completed my school in 2016. I was normal secondary school. The day the president posted, that's when I saw that that advert on
The age limit, you need to have a grade 12 certificate or grade 12 or the statement of results that you need to have, and NRC yet.
The advertisement, I saw it on 17th October on a Daily Mail newspaper.
Okay.
Yes, and the age limit is about from 18 to 25, and I fall in the same age limit.
Okay. Have you always been wanting to be a warder?
Yes, since my childhood, I've been dreaming of becoming one of the forces, the defenses and my aim is the community, even the country at large.
It was good.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good.
When did you finish school?
I did complete my G12 2017.
Okay, what have you been doing?
I've been working under a construction company as a scaffolder.
And being a prison warder, is this something that you are dreaming of doing?
Yeah, I've been dreaming about it since my childhood. You know, being a police is one of my goals.
Okay. Yeah. And you believe that you'll be successful?
I hope, and I believe, I trust I'll be chosen.
Zambia is a country of young people with the majority of the population under the age of 18. The Zambia youth employment rate for 2019 was at 25.47%. In Zambia, a youth is described as any person aged between 15 and 35 years of age. However, one of the requirements for the job application is for persons between 18 and 25 years. This has not sat well with many Zambians. Tito Kalama, Camnet News.
Bringing to your screens fair news for immediate coverage of any breaking or latest news in Zambia and around the world on Camnet television. Call the numbers on your screen. Television, bringing to your screens fair news, impartial news, credible and reliable news all the time. Get the whole truth on Camnet World News.
Welcome back. Well, that's an interesting story. We were trying to zoom in, Sharon, done by Tito Kalama, pertaining to the jobs on the Zambia Correctional Services. And just now, we've been joined by our first guest today, and that's Pastor Liz Simuchimba, and from Divine Shannon.
Divine Shannon. She's very specific about it. Divine Shannon Outreach.
It's the first time I'm hearing about it.
Indeed. Welcome to the said Pastor. And we surely hope that we'll have a fruitful discussion in the very short time that we have together. So, because we're just getting to know you, just briefly tell us who you are and what this outreach is all about.
Well, my name is Chaplain Pastor Liz Simuchimba. I am the founder of Divine Shannon Outreach. I launched it here in Lusaka, Zambia in April. And Divine Shannon in the Hebrew means sufficient grace. And Divine Shannon is an outreach globally.
What about this outreach? What do you do, really?
Okay,
what was the whole essence of you coming up with this outreach?
The whole essence of it was because I have a passion for people. I have a medical background. And it's actually embedded and inborn in us. We've got pastors in the family, evangelists, so it's something that is in the system. And I like to reach out as I go into prisons. I see people who are vulnerable, even in the medical field where I work in the NHS in the UK. And when I would see how people would be suffering, I felt I need to reach out to people who have nothing to eat, single parents, the destitute, the vulnerables, you know, the prostitutes and the drug addicts. So that's where I've brought it up and felt, you know what, I need to reach out.
Interesting. We have the bringing the giant in me, bringing out the giant in me conference. What is this? Is it all about?
Yes, if we all know that women have power, and we've got power that is hidden in us, and I believe in this dispensation, this is a time for women to come out. So this conference is about bringing out the beast in you. Let me use the other word as the beast. If you look at Deborah in the Bible, you look at Esther, you look at Lydia. So I believe we've got things in us that we need to still bring out and birth and, you know, fulfill our God-given purpose. So that's why I am here for this conference.
Interesting. Apart from the outreach, what other activities have you lined up to also engage the people during this period of time?
Okay, we have a charity function which will be held on the 21st of October at 1400 hours to 1800 hours, where we'll be giving out to the less privileged. We've got people that we want to reach out to and give out hampers on that day, which will be at the National House of Prayer, the chapel. That's where we'll be giving out the things, and then we'll be having a concert just to give God the glory, honor, and adoration for what He has done and what He will do in the name of Jesus.
So the concert will be, where would it be held?
And who are we expecting to be there?
Okay, we're expecting everybody. It's a free concert. You know, worship is free. We want to adorn the Father, so it will definitely be at the chapel again, the National House of Prayer.
Okay. Yes. So you speak of the outreach program. What is the mode of identifying people? I'm meant to understand in your initials, you say you don't work here in Zambia, you just skim?
I don't work in Zambia, but I'm a Zambian.
Of course, that I get it very well. Your name says it all.
Yes.
I'm not sure if this is your maiden name, though.
That is, yes.
It is your maiden name.
That's
Okay,
right.
perfect. So what is the mode of selecting people that are supposed to receive part of your charity?
The reason is there's some churches that we have targeted.
Okay.
So we have people that we've been doing it for a while. So those are the people that we're going to be bringing. Then when we come back next time, then we're going to have it
bigger.
That's right.
Why should people attend this conference? Why should people come together with you? Of course, it is worship, praising God. But then, is there anything more?
that you think?
I believe this is a season, like I outrightly told our brother over there, this is a season for women. And women have got it, and we've always been intimidated in so many areas. And I feel it's time for us to arise and shine. That's the reason why I came when the Lord audibly spoke to me, saying October is a month of establishment and open heavens. He specifically spoke to me about the women and the women in Zambia, because we've got what it takes. Like I outrightly said, we have the beast in us.
Worship is definitely very important, and God above everything else. Zambia being a Christian nation, most of us are Christians. We love to pray. We were just observing the National Day of Prayer a few days ago. But then what else are you doing for these women to empower them? Because I'm meant to understand also that you really can't praise God when you're too hungry.
Exactly.
Is there any form of empowerment that Shanann Outreach is doing, at least to make these women stand out regardless?
Yes, we will be running some courses to empower them. In the UK, we have what we call the over 40s, okay, NHS health checks. And we want to train them in that area, bring them out of the streets, reclaim the women out of the streets, helping them train them how to become phlebotomists, is how you take blood pressures. I believe women have the power and the knowledge, but it's just igniting it and just activating it. So those are the kind of things we want to do. Dressmaking, giving them a curriculum that is a basic thing that will lift them up and take them to where they're supposed to be.
That's interesting. Yeah, you mentioned quite a lot of issues, and in this country of ours, Zambia, it has not been spared from ills such as violence, especially against women. Every day we hear cases of gender-based violence. And how are you trying to work towards empowering women so that they can also be independent and be able to stand firm, as you put it, bringing out the beast in them or making them realize their potential and value to society?
That's why we're asking them to come out today, so that they know. I did mention earlier about being intimidated. So when you have been in an abusive relationship or you've grown up with domestic violence, that's why we want to bring out this word to say, bringing out the beast or bring out the giant in you, letting them know that their past is past. As Isaiah 43:18 and 19 says, do not remember the former things, nor think of the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. So we are here to let them know that what has happened to them in the past is no more. You face to the future and know that he that has begun a good work in you is able to perfect it. I believe where there's hope, where there's life, there is basically hope. So those that have been having domestic violence or been abused at a very tender age, we're here to empower them and just to let them know that God loves them and there's something in them that they can bring out in this dispensation.
Thank you.
Do you have partners that you're working with, or when you go, everything goes? When you go back home, everything goes? Do you have people here that will continue working?
Oh yes, we do. I have a team here, yes.
Finally, to the people out there that may want to attend this, maybe just re-echo where exactly the venue is for the conference or for the concert, and what they expect, what time it is, because they would want to know, obviously.
Okay, it will be at Praise Christian Center, that is in PHI. And it starts today at 900 hours, finishing at 1800 hours. And what you will expect is a move of the Holy Ghost, the power of God and destinies changing in this conference. Even as we come to the charity outreach, we want God to show himself strong as well. And also when you come to the concert, it's about us adorning the Father, appreciating them, and also knowing that he's a King of Kings, and without him there's nothing we can do. So this is going to be a move of the Holy Ghost. So please come out in your numbers and come and experience the power of the Almighty God in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you so much for gracing our screens. There is Chaplain Pastor Liz Simuchimba, Divine Shanann Outreach. Is it Shanann Outreach?
Shannon Outreach.
Shannon Outreach. Very specific of that,
That's
actually.
right.
Divine Shannon Outreach.
That's right.
Yes, I said it right. Say it right, folks. Say it right, folks. Thank you so much for gracing our screens. So there you have it. In case you missed it and you were just joining us at the dying end of the interview, you can just rewind our Facebook broadcast and get to hear the message that she had for us, and you will be able to be abreast and follow exactly what she was talking about. Thank you so much for gracing our screens.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me, sir.
Thank you.
God bless you all.
Thank you.
So we're just zooming a story from Chawama where the community gangs have been terrorizing the people of that locality. We'll be back on the other side.
This is a protest over increased crime levels in Lusaka's John Howard compound area in Chawama constituency. These are the traces of the fracas that happened in the evening of Tuesday, 18th October 2022, as the gang culture emerges in this area. Some young people in this locality have resorted to illicit behavior, engaging in substance and alcohol abuse and terrorizing the residents. The gang looted shops and caused damages to property, and in one of the shops, they went away with 21 trays of eggs and bottles of cooking oil, a move that angered the residents who feel unprotected by the police. Young women and the elderly who have ventured into small businesses had their capital taken away by the unruly youths.
Mapapu yonse kupwanya pa nyumba pamene chende kupeleka report ku polisi bakapokola tizinga nyamukofuna batichaye na mansimbi bala mapanga ishili bakapokola zatitandiza munjira bwanyi na kuno kuti chitende tifuneka baika kwa bakapokola batilonda ko majanki ya paka kuno kwa John Howard.
For Anton Banda, who owns a barber shop, he was not spared from the confusion as he lamented on his setback.
Tempa kuli government yanganeko tapempa please tapapata wevezinga chitis, but otherwise when angwesi tikazinga chifukushi zanga na problem this mwana ga sitifutika fana kuti tupeze kuchakuge chabana batipe mtoka tipanga batipanyira.
The comprehension of losing the only source of income is what has brought agony to these people.
Tamba kupwanya tomato yamene nenze nayo yonse kupwanya batlepu yonse kupwanya pano nje pamene ni majesera abana nomba ine batwaenda ku polisi bakapokola na kubwela kamba ikabyeni momune mukatepa umozi mubwere mukitichani mumulete ku polisi nomba ifoti na mpamvu bamabemba balati bakate ku polisi tibapeleke ku polisi awe stinga bakwanise ise bakapokola ifoti dandaula balipe pamene basebenza kuno
chikamela ndela ku training yanchani bacha banaenda ku training wana experience basebenza ntito yao batitandizile mu community isatikatengenala mulo kumanja yetu basakamba tistili bino boma yanganepo. Enough is enough.
The residents feel the police in the area are failing on their duty to safeguard life and property.
Tanzania kuno ku John Howard tavutika majanki bavuta bapolisi balepela ngati bapolisi balepela balete masoja because kuli muntu amene avuti sisa maningi amene atuma banzake ndiye boss kuno mwamvera vonse bamevichitika kuno ali muntu chekoza ungati umozi.
We engaged the Zambia Police Public Relations Unit, which assured to follow up the matter to the latter. Ponsidio Piri is John Howard Ward 3 councillor. Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
Welcome back. Well, that's an interesting story from Chawama constituency where the residents are complaining over inadequate security being provided by the Zambia police in that locality. We had our area interview, and this is the time. The time is right for our second interview with our guest, who is former PF chairlady for Lusaka province, and it is Madam Charity BANDA. She's not new in the political scene. Yeah. Welcome to the program, Madam.
Thank you so much, and how are you? Good morning, viewers.
I'm sure you must be very excited to see her back on screen. We are excited, particularly me and Patrick are very excited. We haven't seen her in quite a while, and we surely hope that she will unpack what she knows best, what she does best, really. Thank you so much once again for gracing our screen. So tell us, where have you been? We haven't spoken to you from the LUS or the Patriotic Front. Where have you been?
Well, it's my pleasure as well to be here today at Camnet TV. And I just thank God that at least we are okay. And you know, at times, it's not even good to go about to talk about, you know, what we have passed through. And then I just don't want to dwell on that, you know. When things have passed, they just have to pass. But I just want to take this opportunity to thank my leadership, especially my president, my former president, Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu, for the wonderful time when we had the prayers the day before yesterday. To me, that really uplifted my soul, because with God you can't go wrong. Whether a politician, whoever we are, we can't underrate God, and with God all things comes to normal. So I was so excited, you know, when I saw my president. I was watching just on TV, though I never went to showgrounds or anywhere. I was just at home. You know, at times you just have to be at the background. Yes. You know, even when we fought a very big fight a long time ago when we were still young, you know, I joined politics when I was still when I was a youth as well. But this time I'm around, I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, and I enjoy it. And then I know I always stand for the truth. Yeah, when it comes to politics, it shouldn't be dirty politics. And especially that I'm a woman. I need to encourage other women as well to know how to take this politics. So whatever comes, for some time, I haven't been very much around. Just after the loss, after 2021, I thought I should just be in the background first to watch and see what is happening. But because I love my party, PF, and I can't lie to you, me with PF,
Nidona Dofrem.
Nidona Dofrem.
Phone.
So whatever it takes, when there are some things which are not well done, you know, we need to talk. Because as you know, me, I'm a seasoned politician, and I've been there. I've seen a lot of things which has happened. And then where I've reached now, I've worked with all these presidents in our party, up to even my former president, Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu. I remember at one time when we were still way back in politics, you know, some things we just want to go back.
Yes.
There are people who think when you talk about your history,
you are bitter,
or
you're
maybe
still
you want to, you are
mourning.
showing off. No. Mourning, we can mourn, you know, lose Baba. And that's the truth. And you know, truthfully, I can tell you that we never saw it coming, especially on my part. Reason being, PF worked. Whatever PF did, like where is developmental or whatever, but I never saw it coming like we're just going to lose just like that. But then by the end of the day, you need to accept.
Exactly.
You know, when you accept, you don't need to go into depression, start thinking this is the end of the world. But we have seen some people have died just because of thinking, wow, now PF is gone, and that it's not gone. PF is still very much around.
You can bounce back.
Yes, we can bounce back, and that I'm still saying I've got the hope. The hope is very big that we can.
Now, tapping into your experience as a woman or politician who has been here for a long time, especially in the political scene, we are talking about women participation in politics. How would you rate the UPND participation, the UPND performance in terms of ensuring that women are incorporated in politics, or women are appointed in positions of influence in majority?
Well, when I come to that one, to me, in fact, I don't know how I can put it. You know, for a person who's been in politics for some time, from the time I became a politician, when I rate myself, okay, I know UPND, I know some figures, some people who've been there for some time. Because to me, most of them whom I know, like personally or just because they are there, there are those who have been in other parties, you know, they've come from MMD.
Yes, they've been moving.
Yeah, moving from one party to another, which myself I've never done. But it's a good idea at times because it's about what your heart is telling you. So, like the way UPND is coming out, I don't see women who are more influential. That's what I can say, politically. Because to me, they are so quiet. They are nowhere. Well, I've seen this the Minister of Information. I'm seeing her for the first time, not the time when I knew. You know, we worked with UPND at one time, PF. We had a pact, So most of those women whom I know, I no longer see them. So I don't know whether some of them they have gone out of the system or what, I don't know. But meanwhile, I'm not seeing women who are so influential in UPND the way PF has been or the way we are in PF. Because us, we believe in that.
What do you think discourages women from participating or competing effectively in politics?
Some women, they just look down upon themselves. That's what I can say. Because it's not easy to be a woman politician. One, we are mostly the ones who are being intimidated by the men folk. And you know, the men folk at times, they'd want to come out like them. They are the ones who are more powerful. And they are more influential. They can speak to your other woman, tell her to start saying bad things to the fellow woman, which is not good. But it's up to us as women. I think I've been talking about this even in time immemorial. Because what I believe in is this is my talent. And I know God has put something in me concerning politics. So for someone to come and intimidate me, I'm not easily intimidated. And I speak for the truth, I stand for the truth. That's it. So even as a woman, you know, one thing we should be proud as women is we are the custodians. Without a woman, there can't be a man. Because we are the ones who carry these men in our, you know, we are 9 months pregnant, it's a woman. So to me, even in the Bible, it's well written that a woman is more important because we are the mothers. So we can't look down upon ourselves, even the youths, whoever it is. But depending on how you handle yourself. Because at times people might be very, very rough, or maybe they would come out like you are a non-entity. But meanwhile, we're trying just to show them the way.
Indeed, in case you're just joining us, we are in conversation with Charity BANDA, former Patriotic Front Provincial Chairlady for LUSAKA. And you can call in and text us so that you can have a comment or a question for her. She's been there, she's a seasoned politician, and obviously she's been observing from the terraces for at least 1 year. And now that she's back, we want to find out exactly where she's been, what she's been observing at least for the 1 year of the UPND administration into office, and her hopes for the Patriotic Front to bounce back in 2026. She's made it very clear that the party is still strong and never ever underrate them. They may just surprise you in 2026, being the first political party to bounce back.
Oh yes,
indeed. So let's talk about the Patriotic Front. Really, there's been a lot of back and forth, especially with matters relating to holding of the convention, the leadership, so that you can be stable. Because one of the reasons that people say you are not stable is because you don't have the leadership in place. You have people acting. What is your general perspective of that, you being a very solid member of the party?
My dear, on that point, I'll be very, very frank. From the time we lost elections, yes, it was painful. And we were like, yes, we lost the elections. But at one time, even when we were still crying, saying, but we need to think about our Zambia, not only about the party itself, no. Yes, PF, I've still got a very strong feeling that we can still bounce back. Reasons being, one, what we did as a party, we did a lot of things, despite having these infightings, especially the Kadarism, which people were saying was Kadarism. In the first place, just after we lost elections, we just said that, that was before I was dropped as the provincial chairlady. There was we have to do the postmortem, exactly. We have to do the postmortem. Okay, and we were waiting. Okay, let's do this postmortem. Everyone had her own and his own way of how they saw why we lost. Exactly. You know, and according to me, I heard, okay, some of our MCs, you know, we have the members of the Central Committee who are at the moment, they are the ones, as we have our acting president, Honorable Given Luinda, and these others. They said they're starting the postmortem going around. Oh, okay, and we're waiting. Okay, let's see. This postmortem, up to date, we haven't heard what has come out from the postmortem. But that aside, by the end of the day, the party should move. Then I thought, okay, let's see what is happening. The only thing we saw was after Honorable Given Luinda was appointed by our former president, Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu. To me, he's the real man who is supposed, even when we are passing through what we are passing through at the moment. Because to me, all what will bring us together well and solid is the convention. And we have a constitution at hand as PF. There's a constitution which is supposed to guide us as a party. But yes, well, he was honorable given that was appointed, which we were happy, we accepted. You know, we are loyal to the party, and we accept. Though some other people couldn't take it easily after the loss, some left the party, some just went. They just thought there's no more anything to do with politics. But meanwhile, to me, our MCC are not doing the right thing at the moment.
All right, just hold your thought. We have a caller. Okay. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
We can hear you now. Kindly tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
I'm Angela from
Okay, Angela, please go ahead.
Yes, I want to disagree with the lady that is on the program today. I'm not a politician, no. I'm just trying to look at it. This is what they say I didn't see.
Angela, just move away from your... Angela, can you get me?
I'm not even close to
There's a bit of feedback though, like you're closer to a TV.
And the line is
okay, then this is better.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so go ahead. It sounds better now.
Yes, I was trying to say, I didn't see any women who benefited from that. Maybe a few of them who were in the party. Otherwise, most of the women out there were in poverty. You know, there are a lot of people who are affecting women, including young girls, there were a lot of schools, there were a lot of early marriages and all those things. It was that benefiting a few people who were affiliated to it. You know, we say development project for hardware partners, they may bounce back and down.
Okay.
So we are saying now girls are being included, women are participating, they are being given loans to set up businesses and so on and so forth. But during their time, who is girls that were given to them, what would be given, what are the opportunities, maybe even loans to set up businesses and so on. Alright, they did work in that. That, but most of the people, the majority, were left out, and those are the people who are supposed to vote for them. So the next time they bounce back, they should know that everyone needs to benefit from the national case, rather than only those who are activated, who are close to them. My submission.
All right, thank you so much, Angela there from Kabwe. She says she didn't see specifically women benefit fully under your administration as a Patriotic Front, wondering why you are actually targeting the UPNs to they're not giving as they should give. Your reaction on that?
Thank you, Madam Angela. I'm failing to get exactly what she's talking about, benefiting in as how. Because, you know, as leaders, it's not only leaders who are supposed to benefit out of the national cake. When we're talking about UPND, we're talking about how influential they are as women. And now, even me, what I'm saying here, yes, I've been in PF for so many years, but I don't know what type of benefit she's talking about, because, you know, benefits, there are two different things here. You can say benefit maybe directly to her as Angela, or through the whole country as a Zambia, because even when you are in power, you need to embrace everyone. When you are in power, when you are a leader, you need to know that even those who didn't support you, you need to be with them. Me, that's how I look at leadership, you know. So anyway, whatever she has said, that's her opinion, and I am happy she's coming out, because she's a woman, and as a woman, that's why I always say, as women, the only thing we don't know is, you know, we had these NGOs which used to encourage us. Most of the times, I remember, I was always found like the NGO could arrange a meeting, we go all political parties, we discuss, we do that. That's about women. We had the women's lobby, the NGO CC, all those. We used to have meetings not only for one party, but for all political parties, especially for women, just to encourage us to be more
united.
More united, despite which political party we are coming from.
Then, before we interrupted you, you were talking about the MCC.
About the MCC, yes. Yeah, my main issue this time around for us as PF, let's not just be saying no, we are going to come back and what. No, let's first clean our house. By cleaning our house, I mean the leaders who are there, who are leading us, like led by our acting president, Honorable Given Luwinda. The thing is, we need everyone in this party. And we need to learn from the mistakes we made. You know, the mistakes, I think there are only few things which made PF maybe lose, because it's not about us, it's about the Zambian people. Those who were outside, they were saying like, no, there's too much Kadarism, there's too much what. Well, us maybe because we're inside, we couldn't see the impact. So all we concentrated on, under the leadership of Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu, we really amassed a lot of developments in the country. He was all over, and to me, I thought that was the best thing, because whatever I was doing, it was not for PF. Up to now, as we are speaking, whatever PF did, all the people are enjoying as Zambians, and that's the main thing. So now, this time around, I just want to urge, especially to my president, Mr. Edgar Chagwalungu, should not just keep quiet on this one. Boss, we went for prayers on Tuesday, and then I think God should just whisper to you, we need this PF more than ever. I know my president, how he handles issues. I know he can do better, because Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu knows how the party structures go, and he knows how we can use this constitution. But there's somewhere where I've seen that these are MCCs, at times they're not going by the constitution, as if they're just doing their own things. I always repeat to say, this is not the first time PF is having an acting president. Remember when Michael Chufia died, we had Dr. Guy Scott as the acting president.
Yes.
I never saw at any time Dr. Guy Scott making some appointments or change of things the way I'm seeing with the Honorable Winda. Why I'm saying so, we have the MCC. You know, this MCC is the most highest organ in the party, and we look up to them. So whatever they come up, they should have it at back of their mind to say, there are a lot of people looking up to us. So for them to start like, somehow like they are just trying to go like, they are not coming out truthfully to the grassroots. PF, it's a part which has got all the structures from branch, section, ward, district, ward, constituency, district, all those. And we have maintained, no matter what, this time around, even when there is a funeral, when you go into the gravesite, you see how PF comes out. We really want to unite. And the only people who can unite us, they are the same MCC, by coming out strongly. You know, it's not easy for a party to move without a president. I know this time around we need our former president to rest. You know, there's been a lot of confusion, especially this media, WhatsApp.
Yes.
Too much propaganda. And this propaganda, it's the one which we are coming out of our way, because when someone posts something like a propaganda, instead of looking at it saying, oh, is this true or what? We are taken away from the truth. So to me, what I'm still asking is, if our president could do us a favor as a party this time around, all I'm asking for, that's why we've been quiet.
What exactly should former president do to the party? Because according to the nation, he has retired. He's not.
But we still is our father as he is our president as a PF.
Just hold your thought, but I want you to tell us what he should do.
Exactly.
Hello. Good morning. Hello. I'm quite much weekend. We no. Mula to mena koisa. At Jonas. Okay, Mr. Jonas, please go ahead with your contribution. All right, Mr. Jonas from Copperbelt, thank you so much. Would you like to speak to that?
Thank you, UPND, Jonas, and that's your opinion. I wouldn't say anything, but I'm talking about our party PF. Otherwise, to tell you the truth, when a party has worked, the party in government, let's just put a non-can where it is due. People would say whatever it is, but I don't want to dwell with that, because what I'm looking at the moment is our party to come back into normal, to have a leader so that we start moving. Remember, I'm a politics at the moment we're not politicking.
No.
Because they still insist PF is dead. PF is not dead. But our leaders, just like I'm saying, you were asking that
what should President do? What should we do?
To me, this time around, they were, after I've sat down, I've thought about it. You know, like I'm saying, Mr. Lungu is still our father. Yes. And for him, he is the one who appointed him, even leader, because now he wants to rest, which we all have accepted. But meanwhile, when some things are not moving on well, you know, as a father to your children, you should intervene. What I'm saying is, you know, we have got a lot of presidential candidates at the moment. And now, we are not, I don't know, somehow, we are stuck somewhere. What I say when I say we are stuck, yes, they have said we are going to a convention. Okay, I'm happy now that we have taken some time to go to this, because if we went immediately after a losing election, I'm sure it was not going to come out well. But this time around, my heart tells me that at least we know who we are as PF. And
we are all calm, we are all thinking rationally.
Yes. And I've seen that there are a lot of presidential candidates who are coming. The only part which we are going to do, because we still believe in him, he should call these presidential candidates, speak to them, and then he should guide to say, Mwebantu, the people out there are waiting. My children out there are waiting for a leader to come out from you. Whether they are 10, they are 20, they are how many. Let him speak to all of them. We need them all. And then we should be guided to say, okay, now that this is what, let him force, not even forcing, let him guide Honorable Winda to say the convention is cardinal. Because, you know, within our party, at times, some people will think, no, they're just lying. We won't have a convention. But why? I'm thinking, why should we not have a convention? Why? As a party, which is very big, the strongest opposition party. Why should we not? Because that's the only way we are going to have a leader. It's from the convention. Democracy is there in PF. A lot of people have come out. They want to be presidential candidates. All of us, we have our preferred
candidates.
Candidates whom we want to support.
This is what your thoughts are. I want to also add that. Yes, sir.
No. Me, okay, yeah. In fact, I remember there was one woman who said she also wanted to come. But you know, these presidents, let's be very serious. Well,
here's another call.
People still want to interact with us.
They still want to interact with us.
Let's just give a score as well.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
I'm very fine, thank you.
Your name and where you're calling us from?
Moses calling me from Ndola.
Moses from Ndola. You can go ahead for contribution.
Thank you. Before Kulanda comment, you are much better with Matamko.
Yes.
PF, before to arrive PF, starting forward PF. To follow today, special party, to follow Mamunesho. Naturalmente, da UPND. Na Bucari, suma Fogaresta, na Bucari Fogaresta. To follow to have Tumi Vidanti Suma. PF, naturalmente, é na Paris, não for o de mais. So, we are all done here. The clear is over by UP UPNG para November, la UPNG, si cree que es más mistake ya, porque hay chances expandas. So, mami fue la suma para TFU, ukuweza la kukwena chikapo sasa. Tekelefuata karibu na tokea.
All right, thank you so much.
That's Moses from Dola adding his perspective.
Moses, thank you so much. I'm happy you were once PF, and the way you are coming out, I know you still feel for PF. You are still PF in your blood. And it's true.
His blood is PF.
Yeah, your blood is PF, Moses. And what I can say is, whether you are UPND, it's according to the way we are organizing ourselves and what we have done. Me, at the moment, I've stressed that I'm not here to discuss UPND. I'm not UPND. I've never been UPND. And what is happening in the country, this is not the right time for me to start talking about UPND. Let me talk about my lovely party, PF. Yes, we learn through mistakes. I'm a mistake, and then there is no way you're going to say that refer Kadarism. There is no Kadarism in PF. At the moment, but I don't want to dwell on that. Let me concentrate on my party and what I want my party to do for us to come back. We'll show you.
Let's get, you were still explaining something. We have quite a number of presidential aspiring candidates. Yes. We have prominent among them. I want to mention all of them. We have Brian Mundubile, we have Chishimba Kambwili, we have Emmanuel Mwamba, Mutoto Kafwai also had expressed interest. Quite a number of vibrant leaders. And
from Eastern Province, and she was actually calling on people to donate funds for her.
Now,
let this be one of the
yes. So now, I understand she still has grip on where she comes from, especially in Lusaka. And what are the people talking about to say, we want that one, or we want our preferred candidate would be, probably we've gotten wind of, would be the preferred candidate.
I'm happy that people. We have this democracy in PF, and that's why I'm insisting the convention should come. Because us as Patriotic Front, we believe in democracy. All these candidates who are there, they have some people are following them. And even me where I am here, I have my preferred candidate whom I think can do better. Because this time around, when we got the convention, one thing we should always think of, who is strong. Because you can see even how these other UPND people, they just can't wait. They can't just accept that PF can come back into power. But if we have a strong candidate who can hold PF together, bring everyone on board, do the right thing. And that's where I'm coming to, that's where I'm saying, our president, right, Gachabarungu, let him talk to those. He's the one who appointed, given me. Now, I think somehow, somewhere, they are trying to dilly-dally in a way. Because to me, even those, because what I'm seeing from the time they've started this issue of the convention, they said, no, first we you. Yeah, we are healing, and now it's going into the second
and 2026 is fast approaching.
Oh, yes, that's the thing. And that's why we need to put our party in order so that, and the only person who can help us, to me, I still believe, even when I was praying, Balungu. You know, one time I remember very well, I'm sorry to go back, sometime in 2006, when, you know, this MCC, the way it used to be, Tanya Basata, it was it was a committee which was well respected because we had elderly people who had brains, whom Mr. Sata could go to any of them and talk to them even when they are deliberating there. But this time around, the MCC we have, Honorable Given Winda has appointed a lot of new MCCs. But the ones he has appointed, I'm not for the idea because you find that someone was just someone who aspired to be a councillor. Bamsta appointed an MCC. And then you start wondering, are they up to good? What are they doing now? Because to me, what was supposed to happen, after we got to the convention, whatever time we got to the convention, that's when these appointments could come. Through this same, the president who is going to be there, he will know which people he can work with, who can take the party together. But when these MCCs, because the same MCCs whom we have at the moment, those are the same ones who even used to be there time. But now, the same ones, they are there intact, though there are some of them who have been removed because they have missed meetings. I think you were in the media. But now, to me, what is supposed to be done is Balungu should advise the earlier we go for the convention, we find we elect a new president. That president now will have more powers than the way Walwinda is doing. You know, today they have a central committee meeting. Before they could do whatever, they were appointed. Oh, there is a councillor. Oh, there is a mayor. They have brought them, thinking they are putting the party together. I'm not against those they are bringing, but I'm against the way they are doing it. Where is the constitution here? What criteria are they using? That's my worry. So if La Lungu can look into this and think, my people, why are we doing this? Please, let's come back to normal. Because when people say we need to go back, it won't be an easy thing for PF just to unseat this Nanikani party. I don't want to talk about more, but I've got time when I was talk about UPND. This time I'm around, I just want to communicate with my party. If there was a way, me, for the time I've spent in PF, at least I would have even spoken. Because one time I worked with Walungu like here and there. One time he was a disciplinary chairman for disciplinary in 2006, and I was under his committee. I was the member of the disciplinary committee, which SATA gave him to be the chairman. I was in that committee, so I know what I'm talking about. So we come from very far, and then these presidents, let not people take it for granted like anybody can just wake up with Charity BANDA because I've been in PF for 20 years. Now I want to be president. No. Let's have people with history of this politics, especially in our party, who knows PF in all corners. Not muntu of mafioko as it's not supposed to be like that. We are human beings. We accept all the leaders, but let's have what I mean when I say not from nowhere. We just hear, we heard that name because some people they think money. It's all about what did in the Bible? What did Solomon do? When God asked Solomon that, what did he say? Wisdom. Wisdom. That's it. Did he even talk about money? Because he would have said, I want a rate of riches. You can have riches, but brain-wise, you are not up to date. So my worry is the way the MCC are handling this issue of us to have a leader. Our sure, it's something. I know we are almost there, but we need a president in PF through the convention, not through a round table. No, through the convention. And when we have this convention, that's democracy now. As the PF engaged the party structures since the loss of the election, it's just on paper, my dear. If I tell you that people out there, I receive a lot of phone calls. Being one of those who have been in PF for so many, we have a lot of ward officials, constituency officials. At the moment, the way I'm looking at things, some people they even started saying Walwinda wants to make his own people because he wants to stand as a president. But on that one, I think I can even stand for him because one time Walwinda said, no, I'm not contesting as a presidential candidate.
But we've heard those stories before from many people.
Yes.
But they changed.
Now, because of the action, at Inchitilo Showe, Shile against Oseno Showe. Quite all right. Now, even me, that's what now my worry is. I don't know whether it's true. He doesn't want to stand. If he wants to stand, but he should not start making people, because we have a criteria, even when you're appointing people. But you find that some people, they're appointing them because of personal relationship, which is not supposed to be the case. It's not just because I'm related to you, then I should be a member of Central Committee. Then we have lost it. So this is the time now. Our father himself, Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu, should come on board. He should speak to these MCCs and tell them to do the right thing. Immediately got to our convention, my heart tells me PF won't be the same. And all the party structures, that is what they are crying for. It's just about the convention, nothing else. So to me, this is not the right time. We can talk like in the blogs. We have these blogs, people insult each other, they talk against the UPND, the PF. That's not the important thing to me. At the moment, the important thing is let's have a convention as a party. When we have the convention, we have a president here in place. You see how it will happen. Because we have got a lot of, the grassroots is very thin.
Again, let's remind our viewers, Patrick, we are in conversation with Charity BANDA, former Patriotic Front Provincial Chair Lady for Lusaka, and she has discussed quite a number of issues pertaining to the Patriotic Front and calling for the speedy holding of a convention. According to her, she says this is the only way the party can be strong once again, and her points are valid, and we surely hope that people are listening from your mouth to their ears. Patrick, you were about to ask us something.
Is the PF being auctioned to the Socialist Party? Because we are seeing that while you're talking about bouncing back, on the other hand, the Socialist Party is attracting most of your members.
That's what I'm talking about. The reason being, okay, Socialist Party is a party on its own. And you know, these people, they have approached some of us. And some of us, we are just...
you are green.
PF. PF. But if some people don't take us serious, let them risk. Otherwise, the truth of the matter is Socialist Party, to me, yes, and I said it's our fellow opposition party, but it's baby compared to PF. I'm sorry to say so, baby. And yes, they are fishing people from PF to go to. This is what I always tell myself to say, because the way he made PF structures, honestly, for them to survive up to today, let these MCC people take advantage of that. The people loves the party. We have the majority out there who believes in PF and they think PF should just do the right thing for us to bounce back and continue from where we left. But meanwhile, I can't say anything bad on Socialists. Yes, he's got the right to do his part, but when they are fishing people from the PF, they know whom they are targeting. Because honestly, they can't target Charity Banda. Because Charity Banda has believed in, whether I'm frustrated, I know there are some people who would want to frustrate me, but for what? I know my rights. I know my party from inception to date. That's why even that same presidency, let's look at those candidates who are standing. Some of them, even if they, it's democracy, but let's not overrate ourselves. But you are not even takuli nawa ishivana history over. Even your political, you are from other parties. You come. Yes, we need politics is about numbers, but let's not mislead ourselves. We need leaders who lead this party according to the way the vision of the owner of the party. May so rest in peace, Michael Chufyasata. And some people they misinterpret to say, but true green vala yumfa. We want you to follow the right thing.
You speak of the people that share the vision for the party, from the person who came up with the party. And one of those people that claims to know the party very well is Chishimba Kambwili. Are you indirectly endorsing that man to lead the party?
It's not even indirect, my dear. That's just point on. I can't lie to you. I'm not here to campaign for him, but my heart has just told me. Reason being, from the time I joined PF, I've been seeing how he has been moving. In fact, even from the time he was going, I'm sorry to say, may he so rest in peace. The person he mentioned, when he was doing his last speech, he was laughing like it's a joke. He just said, I want to for president. Not that he wanted to take over from him there and then. No. But he already prepared. You know these presidents, you need to prepare yourself. You need to know how to go about it, not just to jump like, ni kwata 50 million, bring people, I'll give them quarter so that I become president. No. Let's use the right thing and let's be very content with what we want. Me, the reason why I like Chishimba Kambwili, yes, he has been, at one time he was wounded out of the party. I can tell you, Chishimba Kambwili had no idea, had no intentions of leaving the party. But what he passed through, I used to watch with my eyes. Even when I was so loyal to PF, I saw that it was, and these are the things which have even made us even this time lose. Some people in the party, they would say, hey, he came out, goodbye, and whatever. To me, that is water under the bridge. That man is faithful and he tells the truth. Whatever he talks about comes to pass. And that's what even Vasata used to do. Now, if people want to underrate him on their own, I don't mind. But the truth of the matter, still we need a convention. Let those who feel they are very strong, let them go
battle it out on the ballot. Indeed, in case you're just joining us, you can call us and have a conversation with Charity Banda, the former Patriotic Front Provincial Chairlady, and she actually is expressing hope and confidence that the Patriotic Front can bounce back in 2026 once the right leadership is put in place. She is calling for a convention, and the former President Edgar Lungu too actually help in directing how the party should move going forward. She says he's been very quiet, at least on this, because he is the one who appointed Given Luwinda to act. But then a party that has leaders that are always acting cannot make fully functional decisions, hence her call that they need a convention. Talking about a convention, one of the reasons that the leadership, acting or not, has put in place is that they don't have resources. What does it take really to organize a convention? You being one of the longest members of the party, you've actually witnessed convention after convention after convention.
You know what makes people even come on board? Okay, this time it seems to be like people are afraid even to contribute something to PF because of the way this proceeds of crime. Yes, because of the sitting government, the way they are. But to tell you the truth, that cannot even stop us from doing the right thing. Zambia is a democratic country from time of Chiluba to date. So let's not just be afraid of the unknown. Let's do the right thing at the right time. When they say there are no resources, resources are there. I know resources can be found. There are people who have seen how PF has worked, who still believe in PF, who can even come in. And, you know, that's the reason why I'm saying, you know, it's like jumping from this to there. Our acting president, at times, the way he comes out, he would say, you know, for your own information, they've said if whoever wants to stand as a president should pay 200,000.
Exactly.
To me, I was like, are we selling the party or what? But meanwhile, then again, I came back myself, oh, because they're saying we don't have money. Maybe that's one way of
cutting on the people.
No, not just
raising resources.
Raising resources. Because maybe all of them they can pay. Even 10 of them, 15 of them they can pay. But that money is non-refundable. So it will work to our advantage as a party. But again, I think it's not good to
place such a huge amount
on your fellow members of the party.
How much is a fair amount for you?
200, eh?
How much is a fair amount for you?
I think a 50,000 would be fine. To me,
across the board, women, female,
women, everyone 50,000. If the women, they have said 100,000. So to me, it would even be better just to have the same amount across. But now that they have made up, and up to now, and they've said it will be up to 31st October. That's the deadline. Now I haven't heard any overdues paid. So I don't know whether Balwinda is trying to push out other people. I don't know. I'm just wondering because some decisions which they make. To me, we are not helping the party. They should look at the grassroots. They would kill the party just with such type of ideas. But meanwhile, I think let me give them a benefit of doubt to say, let's hope they are not up to destroying the party by bringing things which they know that they can't be made. But if someone is so confident and knows that he can do the best thing, let them go ahead and pay.
Yes. We understand that the Patriotic Front, according to interviews we have conducted on this very platform with various PF officials and other critics, is that one of the reasons the party was voted out of office was owing to the fact that we witnessed quite a number of issues related to political violence that people were not happy about, especially in markets and bus stations. And the PF has pointed out the issue of rebranding. If you say they are not on the ground to engage their members, how is this rebranding process going, considering that is it going at MCC level, or they are engaging the people on how the party should move on going forward?
I'm also on the ground, and I don't know whom they are conducting those same MCC. Because what I can tell you, to me, the party members are just organizing themselves. They've made a lot of WhatsApp groups where they say, PA food for Katani, you know. At times, even those who are supporting, there are some groups where they say, who can we all support as our president? People, the PF grassroots, they are the ones who have just come up with that idea. But with the MCCs, I've never seen them going to visit even the grassroots, like the wards, because to me, those are the things. But all I'm hearing is, they want to add on those structures. They should go up to 120. I just fail to understand. Why should you start thinking of adding more members, more people to the structures? As if that's when we are going. I don't know. Where are those people going to come from? When you are not even following the constitution. Because to me, the way it used to happen, you know, we've got like from them. When someone is removed, let's say from the province, someone should come from the district to go and take over, which is supposed to be according to how it's from the grassroots. You just rise up like that. But this time around, they are saying No, we are visiting our land. This time we have these by-elections, councillors, council chairperson. It's only the love of the people. It's the people themselves out there. We speak on a daily basis. At the moment, me, I don't even mind to be without a position, but I love my party. And I'll speak for the voiceless. There are a lot of people, if I tell you the phone calls I receive, people talking, then I just can't, especially those who are even in the place where we are not even popular, like Northwestern, Western, and you know, they talk, they just talk and they know that, but some of them they are saying, as we are just waiting for the convention. When the convention is done, that's when we know we'll start. We'll have programs for our people. But this time around, the MCCs, they're not even doing that. Because if they are engaging people, people wouldn't have been complaining. But PF is more strong. They own the people themselves, those in the grassroots. They're the people who just come up with ideas to say, let's do this, just in case my MCC that convention they have. They even reach an extent of even maybe in the blogs. I've seen this. People are saying, no, 10 to 8 people, 50 kwacha, so that we have my fun, so that when we want to go somewhere, when our friends have got funeral, can you imagine? When we have the Nankan in place, we have an acting president. Please, this party belongs to you and us. And you'll be very proud when PF comes back into power. I know, I want to talk about what some people say, no, it's only Lungu who can bounce back. Let's not stress our president. He has done his best, and what he has done, to me, this is his time to rest. And that's the reason why he needs to talk to the presidential candidates. He needs to guide them, especially the MCC. Tell them, leader. He'll be the one who will be, in fact, who will be proud of the person who is going to win as a presidential candidate. Even as I'm supporting Chimbagambui. But still, I'm not saying I don't love these others. I never know. Maybe background, I don't know. If they're there on the ground and then they emerge winners, I'll still support. I'll still come back to this media to say, now PF has got a president. And that's what the real love we are talking about. Love, because even when prayers they're saying love, reconciliation, and shine. You know, let's practice what we are doing. Let's practice what we are talking about. Even when we pray, when it's reconciliation. You know, politics how it is. We can't love each other, all of us. But for the sake of the party, we would die hard for one thing. I might not be the Nankani Lumindazi favorite, but when it comes to the party, he knows what I'm capable of doing. And he can just, because of the party, we just say, Charity, this is what you're going to do. What? It's okay. We are talking about the party. It's not about him and me. No. Whoever it is, even all these leaders, we know each other very well. Our acting SG, we know each other. And let's not run out from this. And you know, we are lucky because we have the heart for the people, for the party. And for us to be in a better place, let's do the right thing. This time around, we need everyone in the party.
Interesting.
Right.
So, Sharon, and that brings me to another aspect. We are talking about the PF and its rebranding process, bouncing back to power. To the contrary, President Hakainde Hichilema on the other side has been saying, that question has been coming. This is because on account that President Hichilema has been able to provide free education. He has been able to
free education.
Yes, and working on the economy. So he suggests that
that's what I can say. You know, I really laugh. This, when you talk about the same free education, my dear, even in PF time, tell me, there was free education anyway. To me, that's why I know that even in PF there was free education. Let's just accept. Yes, Vaichich now is president of Zambia, but let's not underrate each other. Let him wait. Even him, you know, this is the UPN people. They say, hey, no. We are not all that bad that we can talk. These are when we come to politics. But it's about the Zambian people who don't even belong to any of these parties. They are not PF, they are not UPND, but they are seeing how the country is moving. That's by the end of the day. Those are the people we should concentrate on. Not concentrating on your party people when ni Zambia. We have seen presidents come and go. And it's not up to only Edgar Lungu to go. No. There's time. But meanwhile, someone should not mislead himself. With the leadership, you need to listen to even critics so that you know where you stand as a leader. Not always run for Fefsuma, but Fefsuma, we should have got a problem.
As we wind up, Madam Charity Banda, your words to the Patriotic Front members, obviously, they are a little bit scattered.
Yes. Yeah. My fellow PF, those who love PF from deep down their hearts, including my president. Today I've been talking about my president, my former Republican president, Dr. Edgar Chagbalungu. Tulipanga sashelutata. Yo atimpanga shala salangana. And this is not the right time. Bring us back together. Let's have this convention. To me, it's about the convention. Let the convention come. The candidate who will be popular will win. The winner will come out. And when we have a president in the party, PF, I can assure you, PF won't be the same. This is what I've said. And I'm encouraging those who are on the grassroots, please, still remain intact. But just cool them. PF is still very strong. And you can't deny that one.
All right, Patrick.
Thank you very much, Madam Charity Banda, the former PF Lusaka Province Chairlady, for gracing our screens. We hope you also make it next time when we call on you to appear on the breakfast show. Shalom.
Indeed, thank you so much to all the viewers, all the calls that we received this morning. Join us again tomorrow on the Business for Breakfast segment with Prudence Chota. And next week we'll be back with Patrick. Of course, we zoomed some of the stories that made headlines. We also looked at how the Kwacha is faring against the major convertibles, and 2 interviews, the one for the conference and this one with Madam Charity Banda, quite elaborate and staunch Patriotic Front member, and hoping that 2026 will be theirs once again. Thank you so much for watching. Good morning.